Fence tasks are insane. This guy orders his own scavs to kill one another with knives, grenades, and anything else you can think of, only to reward you with way less rep than you lost and maybe a few €100. In this video, I'm gonna discuss why Fence's tasks are so dang bad and how they should change. So it's no secret that the daily tasks you get from Fence suck. Whether it be kill scavs with melee weapons, kill an unreasonable amount of PMCs from stupid distances, or torture your own scav brothers to death by shooting them in the stomach. Really, any task this trader gives is just brutal. See, the main issue with these tasks, even looking past the obvious lore issues, is just how stupid the tasks are. Let's look at the scav killing tasks. If I'm being ordered to kill scavs, as a scav, then surely you'd think it'd be worth it, right? Well, no, you'll likely only be rewarded with a meager few reputation points, whereas killing these scavs is obviously going to make you lose a ridiculous amount of rep. It simply just doesn't even remotely make sense to take these tasks. For another one, let's look at this task where you need to kill scavs with a melee weapon. In what world is this butter knife going to be effective to carry out this task? Fence is asking me to commit a quadruple homicide with this knife, and then will reward me by hating me more than he did previously. It just doesn't make sense. So, let's discuss the issues with these tasks beyond the obvious, and how they need to change. So we figured out that overall the main issue is the absurdity of these tasks, and while there are obviously some tasks which are totally normal, I do find that there are a lot of nowhere near possible tasks, like the ones I've already shown. So how should these be changed? Well, in my opinion, BSG should ideally be implementing some changes to certain tasks, which either alter the task rewards or limit certain values depending on the type of task. For example, the task where you need to kill scavs, as a scav. When handing out these tasks, there should be a variable that looks at how many scavs the task wants you to kill. Then it calculates the amount of rep you would lose, then the rewarded amount of rep should be the number you'd lose plus a few rep points more than that. In my mind, the task description could change to something like, I've had a few guys gone rogue, take them out and I'll reward you nicely, or something along those lines. Now, just to note, I am absolutely not a game developer, nor do I know how hard a system like this might be to implement. This is simply just what I think could be a good change, and like usual, please do drop your thoughts in the comments. It's always fun to have some conversations with you guys down there. Beyond just a scav killing task, there have also been some other insane tasks such as this one, where you need to kill 9 PMCs with a headshot beyond a distance of 35 meters. And while this task isn't necessarily impossible, and you will gain some rep if you do succeed with it, I do think that at the very least, to do this task, you really need to be getting significantly better rewards than this. If you were to do this task, altogether your task rewards are maybe 100k rubles, and you get 0.03 rep. It's just simply not worth bothering to even look at. How I would restructure tasks like this would be to add two things. First, BSG would need to implement a miner system which evaluates the difficulty of a task. I say system here, but it could just as easily be done by hand, with certain parameters set in place to measure a difficulty. Then secondly, have another system or simply just a variable which scales task rewards to that difficulty. For a task that is just extract from factory, obviously the difficulty would be the easiest, whereas a task like this would be very hard, if not the hardest possible difficulty. As of current, task rewards aren't affected by the difficulty whatsoever, which makes many tasks a waste of time to complete, like the one I talked about earlier, and other tasks, sometimes which are super easy, not always, have super insane rewards, like this one. Now obviously BSG has never claimed that their task system with Fence or any other trader is complete, and I can almost guarantee that stuff like task requirements, task rewards, and other criteria will absolutely change in the future. But again, as of current, that has not happened. They have talked about a complete task overhaul for the release of the game, but I'm not sure how that might affect daily tasks for Fence or any other trader. So when it comes to BSG making potential changes, I know there are super heated debates that typically go on in comments or on social media, and I by no means want to take one side or the other right now. However, it is worth mentioning that in theory, we could be seeing a new patch within a few months. I personally think it could be around Christmas or maybe early New Year's, which has happened in the past and could potentially add some changes to the task system, since they again have talked about it in the past. But unfortunately we really won't know until we see that. So to summarize what we've come up with so far, Fenz's tasks are absolutely awful. To fix them, BSG could implement some minor changes along with some variables to make them significantly less awful. However, if that will ever happen is up to debate, and we will just have to wait and see. So that's all I have to rant about for today. Now, why not take a look at one of these other videos on screen? And hey, if you've watched this far, why not subscribe? Thanks for all of your support recently, I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.